Friends, study with the Pala Engineering and General Geology Parvin Singh book. So, various hypotheses put forward to explain one set of ices may be broadly grouped under following head. Variation in solar radiations. According to this views, if and when there is a decrease in the quantity of solar radiation, temperatures of on the earth may fall and hence create favorable condition for accumulation of greater masses of glacial ice. Decrease in solar radiations could be related to certain adjustment in the interior of the sun or due to its passing through hydrogen clouds dispersed regularly in the interstellar space. These hypotheses involve suggestions that cannot be verified. Variations in the composition of our atmosphere. The composition of the atmosphere around the Earth is responsible for the temperature range experienced over the globe. A change in some critical a component could be the cause of major variations in temperatures. Thus the percentage of carbon dioxide, water vapor and the dust particles in the atmosphere and attributed special significance. Increase in carbon dioxide would mean a rise in temperature and decrease would means a fall in temperature. Similarly, is increase in dust particles, especially due to volcanic activity, would have blocking effect or radiations to reach the earth and hence contribute to lowering the temperatures. In fact, it is also suggested that fine volcanic dust particles act as a nucleating agents, further promoting greater precipitations. Shifting of poles and driftings of continents. It is suggested that suggested by some that the physical features of the earth are not stationary and have experienced shifting at poles and drifting at continental levels. Many areas are believed to have been brought in such favorable geographical positions where growth of ice field is distinctly possible. So topographic change, rise of land masses as a result of mountains building and continent buildings activity is an accepted phenomenon. So some geologists suggest that this factor coupled with the reductions in solar radiations might have been a major cause of last glaciations. As I said earlier, all views expressed about the possible causes of ice age yet remains in the speculative domains, and the problems remain as complicated as ever. So, engineering considerations, the main concerns of civil engineers in a glaciated terrains that is an area having features of glacial erosion and depositions should always be to ascertain the true nature of the area and the materials occurring there. This is so because glacial deposits are amongst the most heterogeneous type of materials as far as their engineering properties are concerned. Generalizations are therefore so dangerous and must be avoided. Thus, for instance, in a given glacial terrain, quite a few studies through core samples obtained by drillings or events from institute test at random locations may indicate it to be a sound site made up of sand and gravels of good qualities. Even then there is every possibility of occurrence of a highly compressible clay layer just a few meters below the zones studied or quite adjacent to it, and it may not always be economical or even feasible to explore the glaciated area in so minute details as to locate every uh, unsafe zone on the surface and at depth. As such, the best course open to a civil engineer working in such an areas is to be suspicious rather than confident about the true nature of the geology and materials of the glaciated areas, notwithstanding their apparent character and result yielded by routine examination. He must be cautious enough to introduce a reliable factor of safety in the designs of major engineering project to be located in such region. Thank you. Chapter complete.